wash my hair, but it's fine. I can wait.
Eh, you watched it last week. It's okay.
It's fine. Yeah.
All right. When last we left our heroes, they emerged from a brutal combat against zombies and owlbears on the Pogglemar farmstead, victorious but by no means unscathed. Petra was brought within an inch of her life, and Felix and Natari nearly sacrificed themselves to protect Emma from her dream of being an owlbear whisperer. The victory was also not without cost, as the party burned through their last remaining doses of Kyodom's ointment. In the aftermath of the combat, Fosyan laid out the deceased with as much dignity as he could manage, and in so doing came across a journal on one of the bodies. Meanwhile, Morlo tried to console a hysterical Emma while also tending to Felix's injuries with the last of the ointment. Felix in turn revived Natari while Petra stormed off by herself to sulk. Two pillars of black smoke wind their way heavenward toward a midday sun as the roofs of two farm buildings are now fully engulfed in flame. A wisecracking Felix suddenly arches his back and screams in pain as a tiny pool of blood begins to puddle beneath him. The scream echoes off the various structures of the farm and then fades into the crackling sounds of burning rooftops. Felix, the pain in your back slowly fades, and you return to your senses.
Can someone help me up, please?
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Jim.
Hello.
All right.
Petra's pouting on the porch, so she's nowhere near you.
Got it. Yep, you're separated a ways.
Morlo, mind giving me a hand up, please?
Morlo extends a fin.
Morlo has hands, doesn't he?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, turtles.
Turtle hands, sure.
Thank you.
It's like the three-fingered hands from the Ninja Turtles.
Yes, exactly.
And I return and reach my hand out to Natari to help him up.
Okay. You guys do notice that although Felix has received some level of healing from the Kyodom's ointment, he still has visibly bleeding wounds. The back of his shirt is fairly well drenched with blood at this point, but he looks stable. Natari is looking pretty roughed up. Foss looking surprisingly okay. And Petra has rambled off somewhere to her own devices. Foss, you stand off from all of the rest of the members of the party, holding this book.
Yeah, I'm just going to read through the book while everybody else does their thing over there, since I'm kind of...
Got it. Okay, so calm has been restored to the Pogglemar farmstead. The high of battle starts to subside. You all start to come down a little bit. Those of you who were downed and revived kind of feel your heart rate slow as the adrenaline rush of being brought back from the brink of death fades.
Felix is gonna see who else is healing.
Okay. Well, Emma is looking rough as she stands over by the well, staring down in. Natari is looking fairly rough, and you yourself are not looking particularly wonderful.
I go over to Emma and burn
her. Okay.
Healing or cure wounds at second level.
Okay, so that's 2d8 plus 4.
See.
Okay. Do you want to roll it, or do you want me to?
I'll roll it, but
okay.
D&D Beyond's being a 12 right now.
All right, so Isaac, Felix walks up to you and lays a hand gently on Emma's shoulder, and you feel a warm rush of healing energy course through your veins as your wounds heal themselves over with fresh new skin, and you are back to maximum hit points.
Emma, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Emma is just sort of glaring down at the zombie.
And the zombie is glaring back up, just kind of every now and then just vocalizing a bizarre, obviously the vocal cords of this creature have been waterlogged, so it's more of a gurgle than a groan, and it's just kind of vaguely reaching its hand up toward you, although it's not getting, it's the end of its hand is still 10 feet below you. So
Yeah, she's still crying, and she looks over at Felix, doesn't say a word, and I'm gonna have her walk over here
okay.
and sit down.
So I'm gonna go back to Natari and burn another cure wounds at first level.
Okay.
Come on, or D&D Beyond. Not the best.
Yeah, but he was that gets him to within 3 points of full. So, and so yep. Felix walks up to you, does the same. You feel actually it's kind of interesting to be on the receiving end of divine healing. You're usually the one doling it out as a priest of the Blessed Mother. Okay.
Morlo, where's Foss at? Where's Petra?
Foss. Because I was over there with Foss, and I came over here to you, so he's back that way.
Okay, Felix will
Who's
move
Petra?
his way over to Foss.
Okay.
You see me looking down in a little book.
Yep. Little leather-bound book. Probably maybe 6 inches tall by like 4 inches wide. Just a tiny little thing, just enough to obviously hand-bound, hand-stitched.
Did you find something, Foss?
Looks like a journal. It looks like the little girl was bit in some while she was swimming, and that's what started all this.
While she was swimming.
Yeah, tracing the names in this journal, there's 5, maybe 6 names, and I see 5 bodies.
There's a zombie, well, an afflicted in the well, so I think that might be our 6th.
I think we should look in these buildings to make sure there's nothing else. And some kind of word needs to get, because if she got bit while swimming down at a river, can these things breathe underwater?
Well,
I
they're
don't know.
undead, so they don't need air like the living do.
I don't understand that. Let's not talk about that. That's just
That's
stupid.
not-
I think that we need to do something. I believe that orc needs to die. That orc has caused all kinds of problems, and I don't care what you all believe. I know you think I'm stupid, but all problems spring back to orcs. They cause havoc. They really do. And well, here's the book. I'm gonna go talk to Petra because my senses tell me she's pissed, and I don't know why, but I've heard talking helps.
Felix is just standing there, kind of taking all that in, and takes the book from you. Okay. Thank you, Shannon.
All right. Foss, roll me a perception check as you're moving on your way over to Petra.
Perception.
Okay, good to know. So you walk over to Petra. Aaron, as Petra sits on the front porch of this small house, you see Foss approach you.
I walk up. I don't say a word. I sit down, and I hand her my flask.
No, I don't want it.
And then I drink out of my flask. I don't say anything.
You can go away.
Did I do something wrong?
Yes. Yes, you did. You did something very wrong. You almost got me killed. I almost died.
I was trying to be a sufficient member of Petra and the backups.
After sending me in there by myself, handling things and scoping things out, thinking that you two had some sort of plan because, I don't know, Felix talks fancy, so that just means he's smart, right? Apparently not. Nope. You started setting shit on fire and screaming and blowing my cover. I would have been fine had you not tried to come and save me. I don't need you to save me.
That's rough.
Does
So
Felix hear
please
any
go
of this?
away.
More than likely not. Roll me a perception check. You're a fair distance away, unless Petra is intentionally projecting so that her voice would carry.
Yeah, yes, she is.
Yep, then you would hear that.
Well,
Well, damn, that was a good roll.
Yep.
I'm glad you're alive, if that helps. Sorry it didn't go to plan. I didn't know there was a plan.
Next time, don't tell me what to do if you don't have a plan. I'm not taking orders from you anymore if I can't trust you to keep me alive.
I gave orders? And you
This-
are alive. I don't remember giving orders, though. But I will shut up. I've been married before. Sometimes it's best to just agree and walk away. Have a good one. You're mad at me. And Foss just goes and stands at this stone and looking at it.
Okay.
I like that boulder. That is a nice boulder.
This is a really excellent boulder.
That's pretty much what he's doing.
Thank you, Donkey.
Dusting off a little side of it, thinking, this might be a good place to sit. You're muted, Shannon.
All right. What's everybody else doing?
I'm handling my pizza, so give me a minute.
Hey,
Sounds like a
great
personal problem.
pizza.
Oh,
Emma just
Yep.
puts her back to the wall and curls up, hugging her knees. At Shannon.
Okay. All right. And is anybody going to search any of the surrounding buildings or anything else that anybody else wants to do?
Sorry, I had to step away. Shannon, what did you say?
I was just asking if anybody is going to search. You had mentioned searching some of the buildings, or is anybody going to be heading that up? Or
I
Yes.
will, after Felix sits on reading the journal, he will go into the house with the chicken coop behind him.
okay, roll me an investigation check.
Investigation.
Foss feels
Hot
scolded.
damn. Nat 20.
Ooh,
Haven't had one of those in a while, boys and girls.
you find a wood.
So
a wood
this-
floor.
This building is a farmhouse. Taking a few moments to look around, it's obvious that it is a residence as opposed to a practical work building. And it is fairly evident that this is the main farmhouse. This is probably the house where the Pogglemars themselves lived, as opposed to the farm help. It's not particularly large. It's 2 rooms, a kitchen/dining area on one side, and then a smaller bedroom off to the side with an attached closet. and mostly personal effects, personal belongings. A family portrait hung over the mantelpiece. Foodstuffs in the kitchen. It looks very much like somebody was in the process of living a very average day of their life on a farm, and then everything just kind of froze in time. Like
How,
there is
how
food. Hmm?
sorry, I was about to ask how rotted is the foodstuffs?
Not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, everything is still fresh. There. It looks like there are some vegetables that are laid out to be prepared for either an afternoon or an evening meal. It looks like they have begun to, in the process of being sliced up, to begin preparing a dish with them. And with that investigation score, it is definitely enough for you to know that the cut surface has that weird congealed appearance that a vegetable gets when it's been sitting out exposed to air for a day or two, where it just kind of starts getting a little funky on the exposed cut, but not molded or rotten by any means. So you would guess a day, maybe two. Um, the bed is not yet made. Um, there are some personal belongings and some just there's a ledger that it looks like it's kind of the workbook of the farm. It's in a strong script. Looks like basically a ledger. Various receipts are kept and stuff. And then as you're standing there, just kind of looking through it, you turn to move into the next room, and your toe catches, and you actually almost trip. And you look down, and right under the edge of the bed, you can see an outline of what looks like to be the edge of a cutout, as if there is some sort of a raisable door in the floor.
Is there any place I can get purchased with my staff on it and use my staff to kind of crowbar it out?
Yeah, sure. It's not that hard to do. It's not locked. It's just mostly obscured by actually being mostly underneath the bed. But you
Okay.
prop it up with your staff, no problem. It's not hinged. It's actually kind of the one that you lift up and put aside like a crawl space.
Mhm.
And yep, so you get it up, no problem.
Roll perception to see what's in there.
No, you don't have to roll perception. It's a small opening, and it does look like this actually just enters into a crawl space underneath the main floor of the house. This particular building does not have a basement, but just looking straight down in, you can see that there is a small, looks like an iron bonded chest, probably about 2 feet, maybe a foot and a half across, maybe a foot deep.
Okay. I pull the chest out and look it over.
It is locked. Solid construction. Heavy, and it rattles as if it has metallic contents.
Okay.
Yeah. With a 22 investigation, you feel fairly confident that this is probably the farm coffers. This is where basically the money of the farm was kept.
Do I notice any place where a key might be kept?
Go ahead and
Roll another investigation.
yeah, go ahead and roll another investigation.
That wasn't bad either.
Yep. After looking around for a while, you actually spending about another 3 or 4 minutes, you actually find a key hanging in the pantry and right off of the kitchen that looks like it would match because it doesn't. It looks different than the other keys that obviously open doors.
Okay, I'll take it and test it on the chest.
Pops right open.
Oh, sweet.
Opening it, it is full almost to the brim of coin. Mostly copper, but an assortment of gold and silver interspersed. And it is a fairly sizable coffer. This is a fairly sizable farm. So,
Okay. How much in terms of gold and silver?
are you going to take the time to count it?
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay, so that is going to take you a little while because there's a significant amount of coin here. So Morlo and Natari, from your perspective, you guys would be the first to notice that after Felix has gone inside this building for maybe 2 or 3 more minutes, you guys notice a figure running up the lane toward the farm as fast as it can come.
The lane as in over here?
Yep, from the same direction you did.
Okay.
Yep, and you guys are actually Emma, roll me a perception check. Yeah, you notice it too. You are partially, your vision is partially obscured by this building, but you're yeah, you notice it too. Right now it's a figure in the distance. Can't really make out who it is, but they are running at full speed, blazing up the path that leads to the Pogomar farm.
Does it look like Xanadu? Or
Or
can we tell?
with the 17, yeah, that kind of, they, when you look at it, you're like, oh yeah, that kind of looks like him.
Okay. And just sort of watch. Don't move.
Okay. So yeah, a couple more minutes pass, and Xantheon just comes plowing up the lane, just like completely out of breath. Saw smoke. What'd I miss? And he just kind of looks at you, looks up at the buildings.
They killed owlbears, and there were zombies, and Felix lit some houses on fire.
I miss all the fun. Okay.
No laser arm.
Okay. I got worried when I saw the smoke. Everybody's okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a zombie down in the well. We're not supposed to kill it.
Okay. Okay. Why is everything on fire?
Is Felix an idiot?
Okay. Where's Felix?
I like how he just goes with, yeah, okay.
All right. In the interim, is anybody doing anything while Felix is counting out this coin?
After I realize that she's not going to actually talk to me, and I've just kind of stayed my distance, I'm going to go over here and see if I see a shovel.
Okay. There is actually a shovel leaning up against one of the 2 trees.
All right, once I get the shovel, I'm going to start digging graves for each one of these.
Got it.
And I'm going to dig a grave for the 2 owlbears too.
Okay. Felix, you have finished your counting and count out that there are 552 copper pieces, 326 silver pieces, and 78 gold pieces in this chest.
Can you shoot that over to me in the chat?
Yep, sure thing.
I'm going to try and divide it as I'm going to take some cloth and just make some haphazard bags.
Okay.
And I'm going to divvy it out as best I can.
Okay.
Morlo's eating.
I take
God.
it Foss is going to be busy for a little while, so I'll be right back, guys.
Yep, sounds good.
The fire crackling in the background.
It's like Shannon's a Yule log.
Oh, if I had $1 for every time I heard that,
Oh, Jesus, Mary Mother, no.
I would have $2, which
Don't
isn't a
ruin
lot,
Christmas.
but
It's weird that it happened.
it's
twice.
weird that it happened twice.
God damn it.
All right. Interesting point to note. You guys left Jasper Coon to have lunch while you guys went and investigated this farm. It has at this point probably been about 30 to 45 minutes, give or take, since you had left, because it took you 10 minutes to get here. The actual combat itself only took about a minute and a half, but then all of this investigation probably ate up another 10 to 15 minutes. Digging multiple graves is probably going to take the rest of the afternoon. And you guys are technically on contract to be escorting a caravan right now. So with that in mind, what would you guys like to do?
Petra leaves.
Nice. Can I do stuff like druid craft with prestidigitation?
What do you want to do?
Like flowers and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, sure, I'll allow it. I mean, it's a minor little bit of magic.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Shannon, I just sent you a message in the chat.
Got it. Sure.
I just had an idea with it. Now that it'll work, the idea's gone.
Okay.
My brain's been all over the place recently. Ignore me.
Okay. So Petra starts heading back up the lane toward the road back to Sheridan.
Yes.
What is everybody else doing?
Zoop.
Felix is going to walk out with the chest and 5 bags of the divvied up money in the chest.
Okay.
Morlo's going to eat and follow along.
Got it.
Does Petra go away that I can see her?
From where you're sitting, it would be hard
Yeah.
not to see her. So yeah, I
Okay.
will say that you would catch, I mean, if nothing else, you're going to catch a glance of her as she is heading up the lane. Yes.
Then I'm going to tell Tinky to finish up with that house and then start headed back to the caravan.
Okay.
And
Alright.
then I'm going to start following Petra.
Okay. Xanthion follows suit. This would be about the time that you come out of the farmhouse, Felix.
Okay. I'm just going to carry and go forward.
Okay. So are you guys all starting to make your way back toward the caravan, the wagon?
We gotta go get Foss.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Emma walks up here and she looks back at everybody, and she sees Foss over there still digging at graves.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna start heading over towards him.
Okay. Everybody else starts heading up the lane back toward the bridge that reconnects with Thistledown Road. And roughly about this time, you guys notice a horse and rider rapidly approaching. Petra, you are in the very front, so you would identify them first. It is the Wood Elf Scout, whose job it is to run between you guys as the bait and the rest of the caravan. And he is riding hellbent for leather, and he draws up rein as soon as he gets up to you close enough to speaking distance. And he just points at the smoke in the distance, and he's like, "What happened?"
Ask the heroes in the back.
Then he snaps rein and continues on. And So Paxidor rides up to Xanthion and Felix. You guys are in front with Natari and Morlo immediately behind on the trail. And just draws up rein again, kind of gives a glance back over his shoulder toward Petra and just looks down at you and Xanthion, Natari and Morlo bringing up the rear. And this is why.
I put the chest down and I point back to Foss.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the attack on Elmswain? More of them. The whole farmstead. I sent up the smoke signal so you guys knew something was up.
Smart. Okay. Is everyone all right?
As far as I can tell, we've healed up what we can.
Was anyone
Boss.
bit?
They were, but we healed them up with the Kyotum's ointment.
That takes care of it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll go and let the others know. When will we be back on the move? Are we taking the time to bury all of these people?
How I look back, how many is Foss buried?
He's in the middle of, like, there was one grave that was already dug, obviously for the daughter who was being buried. He's like halfway through digging a second grave.
God, he's already 3 feet in the ground.
I say,
Dude, he's like freaking crazy strong, man.
Yeah.
I say to Paxidor, it might just be best to prepare the bodies as best we can and leave them in the houses to burn and cremate.
We are not far from Elmswain. I can dispatch runners back to send people to attend to this.
Good. And if you do, I didn't know that was the thing. Send one back to the Reeve to tell Gadamer Galyagar there's an afflicted in the well waiting for him to study.
You see Paxidor kind of cranes his neck from where he's at on horseback, trying to get a look down the well. Can't quite get the look on it. It's like, I'll take your word for it. Okay.
Thank you.
Gather your friend. We need to move.
Will do.
All right.
Are those 2 owlbears?
Yes. Long story.
He just kind of looks around at you and he's like, there's only 7 of you? And you took down 2 owlbears. Xanthion is like, I missed it. Paxidor just says, okay, let's move. And wheels around and snaps rein and goes. And a few seconds later, Petra just comes blazing past you around the side and on further down the lane.
Felix is going to look at Natari. Natari, could you carry this back to the cart? It has payment for everyone.
Not a problem.
Thank you. And Felix is going to make his way back to Foss.
Okay.
Foss. Dad, are you there?
Yeah. As I'm.
Boss is your dad? Well, that's it.
That
Emma's
was
arc is over.
obviously out of character.
Well, we finished Emma's arc. Her parents have been found. Excellent.
Yes, Foss is her dad and Petra is her mother.
When she
God.
says that, I turn and look at her kind of angrily until I realize it's Emma.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Boss, we have to go.
I'm not sure I should go.
We don't have time.
I know that Orc is up to this, little one. And if he's putting these zombies in the
It's
water,
not the orc.
it has to be the Orc.
Shut up!
And what makes you say that, Foss?
You would not have walked up by this point. You're still talking to Paxidor right now.
Damn it. Okay.
Sorry.
I'll move to token.
But you would have heard at this point, as you are turning away from Paxidor, you would have heard Emma scream, "Shut up."
Sounds like another good
And-
conversation.
Emma, it's okay, but
Emma
little-
kneels down to the grave of the little girl, and she sort of touches. What's the range on? Hold on, 2 seconds. Okay, yeah, that'll be fine. Emma sort of touches the inside of the grave and sprouts up flowers around her inside the grave.
And Foss, you watch as around the edge of the hard line where the earth has been separated, these little tiny vines just pop up and start to intertwine and twirl into almost like a double helix. And then these tiny white flowers bloom up along the vines until this one larger white flower just kind of spills open at the top, almost resembling a headstone because it lies at the end of the open grave.
And then Emma's gonna walk over to each of the bodies and sort of repeat the process, touching the ground right at their feet.
And as you cast, is it prestidigitation? And each time as you cast it, the castings sort of intermingle so that each of the bodies are just kind of woven together as these vines kind of grow over and across them, so that they are bound together in this basket work of flowers.
We have to go. And Emma just starts walking.
At what point would Felix be from where he's at on
Oh
the
yeah,
map?
when
Yeah. So you would basically meet in, or were you going over there as soon as you heard her?
I was going over there before I heard her yell.
Yeah. So yeah, you would walk up as she basically starts turning around to walk away, telling Foss that it's time to go.
Okay. Boss. We need to go. We can't help them anymore. And it appears Emma has given them some sort of last right and respect.
We knew about this days ago. And this is where I wanted to come the first time. That little girl could have been saved. I feel like I need to find out why. Emma says it's not the orc, and it might not be the orc, but we need to figure out why this is happening. This is much more important than gold gallivanting around with a caravan.
I agree. But right now, we are just as in the dark as everyone else.
Well,
Maybe
it
the
seems-
answers lie somewhere in Bright Hollow or Sheridan. But we know that no more answers lie here.
Where was she swimming?
That is a good question. I look back in the journal. Let me pull that back up again.
I wouldn't think that a swimming hole for a child would be far from this farmstead.
Let's see. Hang on a second. Give me a sec to peruse through this.
The only thing that it says is she made up a story about a man in the water. The only water that you saw on the way from where you left the wagon was the River Shale, which you crossed by bridge, which is only about a 10-minute walk, and you guys were walking casually. So if the surrounding area is considered safe, it's not unreasonable to think that a girl about this age would be allowed to wander a 10-minute walk from home.
So as he flips through the journal, it could have been like when we encountered the... Hang on a sec. The centaurs. Just, they were out in the wild. She could have wandered to a watering hole or a creek or a river and just done as kids do. But I do agree, we need to figure something out with this. But right now, we We have no lead. And Godimer, while you have your apprehensions, he might be the issue, or he might be the lead we need to figure out who is. But that's big picture. Right now, Foss, we have a job that we need to do, and we've given them some semblance of last rites and rest. If you wish, I can cremate them. And
What does
make sure
my
they're not-
culture think of cremation?
Perfectly acceptable.
I can cremate them so owl bears will not do as they were doing when we walked upon them.
From your cultural perspective, there also wouldn't be anything wrong with just letting the animals of the wild feed on them.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, Emma also did the flower stuff with the owlbears. I meant to mention that.
Thank you. Good to know. Easy enough to do. Yeah.
Would that put you more at ease, or is there anything else that I
There
can do
is
to help?
no putting at ease for this situation. It is what it is, and it happened the way it happened. It didn't have to happen that way, though.
That's a mighty big if. You can't save everyone, boss.
You put the word if, not me. And then I start walking away.
What does Felix do?
Felix just stands there and stares into the grave.
For how long?
Kind of lose track of time.
Okay. So you guys, one by one, and I assuming eventually Felix will wander away, or no?
He'll stay.
Okay. One by one, most of you start making your way back toward the wagon.
If Felix if I don't look back and see Felix like trying to catch up when we're like halfway there, I'm gonna send Tinky back to get him.
I want to see Shannon play tank.
You're lost in your thoughts, Felix, and the sound of the burning roof has started to die down a little bit as the flames actually begin to subside a bit. The thatch of the roof having burned down mostly, not quite enough to actually catch the stucco and the mud structure of the walls itself. And as you're standing there, you just hear this tiny little flit of Phocion is in the burning building.
I couldn't. He got stuck there when I was trying to move him.
Oh, I thought
That
you were
happened
saying.
to me too. Just saying, that happened to me too.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought,
I don't know what's going
that's
on.
what Tinky was saying. Phocion is in the burning building.
that is because of the shadow effect. It has lines drawn that you're not allowed to travel through. So anyway, that's why.
I don't have the shadow effect on.
No, I turned it off because combat was over and it drains system resources. So
Okay.
so you hear this little tiny flitter of wings and you feel a teeny tiny little tap on your shoulder.
Which shoulder, left or right?
Right. And a
I love-
tiny little sprite hovers at eye level with you. The master says you need to come along now. Mustn't upset the master.
You've done your job,
Fucking amazing!
servant of Maloth. Go back to your master.
And you'll go back to yours. And
What do
he's
you?
gone.
What?
And you'll
What'd you
go
say?
back to yours. And he
What?
disappears. He says, and you'll go back to yours. And he disappears.
Fucking Faye.
Does he give me any? Does he tell me that he found him?
Yep. No, he didn't actually disappear. He just went invisible. You hear in your mind, he's staring at the grave. Kind of beautiful when you think about it.
I close my eyes and I sort of put myself through his senses. Felix?
You hear Emma's voice.
No. Tell him to
Yes,
go
Emma.
invisible. Come on.
Go on ahead.
We're already ahead.
Keep going ahead. I know where you're going. I'll catch up.
We'll start catching up now. Everyone else is here.
Go.
You're a stubborn, stupid person.
And you're an irresponsible and absolutely emotion-ridden child. Yes.
At least
go.
I don't burn down buildings.
Yes, and at least I don't try to pet wild owlbears, you fucking idiot.
This is when
I
you hold your
dismiss
breath.
Tinky.
You do what?
I dismiss Tinky.
All right. So a few minutes pass. Petra, you are leading the journey back, so you are the first one to arrive back at the cart. You see Jasper Kuhn, the elderly half-elven wagon master, who just seems to be packing up a picnic lunch as he looks up and sees you coming back. And, well, how did it go?
Fantastically.
And he just looks up over your shoulder at the two rising columns of smoke and just kind of nods. All right.
Oh, we lost Scott.
I'm sure he'll be back.
You have any food left over?
Sure. I've got some bread.
Yeah,
You're welcome
yeah.
to have it.
Thank you.
So he takes a little crust of bread and hands it to you.
All right. I think we're ready to go.
All right. Well, let's get to move on. One by one. Everybody reconvenes slowly over about the next 5 minutes or so back at the cart. Everybody except Felix.
Scott said his internet's being bad.
Ah, he's back.
Yay. At this point, you notice that Natari is carrying a small iron-bounded chest.
Are you talking to me?
Everyone notices it.
Okay.
Yep. You guys were all kind of to your own devices as you were on the walk back, but now that you're getting situated and ready to get back on the road, you notice it for the first time.
What's in the box, Natari?
What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box?
It's Gwyneth Paltrow's severed head.
Yes. How many gold can we get for that?
It's my secret collection for baseball cards. Wait, no, it's not. It's coins.
Coins?
In
Where
gold.
did you get those coins?
I got it nowhere. I got it from your friend Felix.
I'm not in the mood to play games today. So where did Felix get them?
Over, and he was searching at cottage and he found
I tried to
these
sneak up on you.
chest. You know how he's a chest man.
Thank you.
Yeah, who isn't?
Sorry.
So we just took it?
Acquired it.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Are we ready to go? Can we just go?
War is not free.
Put your fucking money away and let's get out of here.
All right, if we're ready to continue on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jasper snaps the reins and the cart starts moving. And 6 of the 7 of you accompany the cart as it goes. Back on the road. What is the marching order?
Foss feels scolded and depressed.
Okay.
So I am
Petra-
like dragging ass.
Okay.
Is there a spot where Emma would be able to climb onto the carriage?
Roll a persuasion check because you are technically a paid accompaniment, which means you are supposed to walk. But you're also a child, which means he's going to be a little bit more lenient with you. No, you're walking.
Yes. I mean, don't.
Oh, fuck.
Are we there yet?
Jim,
Are we
you're
there yet?
awesome.
All right. Christian, how long is Felix staying behind at the farmstead?
After Tinky is dismissed, Felix casts Firebolt and cremates the bodies and says a prayer.
Got it.
And begins walking and will pay a little bit closer attention to the river as he passes.
Okay. The river at this crossing, it's not particularly treacherous. It's shallow. It's actually forded here most likely because if somebody were to fall in, it wouldn't be necessarily dangerous to get themselves back out. This would be a perfectly acceptable area for swimming, or to allow a child to play if they were old enough to just be careful about it.
Should I roll perception to see for, any signs of disturbing the underbrush or, God forbid, any gore?
That would be more survival because you're trying to do some tracking.
Survival.
Can we put a token, like a small token, on this big map to show where we are?
Why, yes. Yes, we can.
You have only
Actually-
to ask.
I just thought of
Yeah.
that when it popped up, and I thought that would be a good idea.
12, that's more par for the course.
Okay. You have made it to about there.
That is a mark, but okay.
No, that's literally the line that you have traveled along the river.
Okay. All right.
Because that
We're headed
is,
to Sheridan.
yep, and then from Sheridan north to Bright Hollow. It's hard to tell because obviously whatever this event would have happened over a week ago. You're on the banks of a running river, which would naturally rise and fall, making it very difficult to find any.
Oh, you're talking to Felix, sorry.
Yep. To find any evidence of any sort of activity. It is obvious that you're finding all kinds of prints. You're finding paw prints and obvious signs where various animals have tried to snatch fish out of the river, or signs of otters or badgers making their home along the riverbank. Nothing that would make you think that there was a sign of a struggle here.
Okay. Felix continues on to the road and will pick up the rear with the group.
Okay, so let me get that marching order, please. We had where Foss was going to be in the rear.
Petra would like to be ahead of the train.
So Petra is taking point. Where
Middle.
will Emma be?
Somewhere on one of the sides.
Okay. We'll put you on the right side.
Morlo will walk along with Foss
Morlo is taking up the rear with Foss.
and help him along because I know he's struggling.
Natari, that would leave the left flank open. Is that where you want to take up?
Well, I guess I have no choice, so yes.
Well, no, I'm asking you because you do have a choice.
Oh, okay. I thought you said it only. Yes.
Yeah,
I just
I mean,
being smarter.
it's open, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have to. You don't have to form a perfect circle around this thing. Who am I missing? Oh, there's only 6 of us here. Never mind. And then,
Where's Zandamana?
Xanthion's actually scouting ahead a little bit to the front because that's his forte. So he's actually at this point maybe about a half a mile, I guess he's probably about a half a mile up the road from you.
I'm gonna summon Tinky again and have him be doing the 200-foot circle he was doing earlier.
Mm-hmm. And as you summon him back, for just a moment, you catch a very bizarre medley that he seems to be humming and singing to himself. And he kind of snaps out of it and he looks at you and just kind of awaits instructions.
I do not trust this little man. Emma doesn't trust him either, but she's gonna keep quiet about it because he's probably talking to Maloff constantly. Yeah, I'm going to have him do the 200-foot circle.
The master gets what the master wants. And flies away.
That's a loaded statement.
I'm gonna turn this thing into something that can't talk.
Okay, so Petra, since you are taking point, could you please roll me a perception check? Okay, so at this point we're probably bordering on 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Afternoon passes uneventfully. The road here is not particularly heavily traveled. You do pass a couple of travelers coming from the other direction and just sort of give them a wide berth. They don't pay you much attention either.
Could you check Roll20 chat, Shannon? Because it's kind of what's going through Foss's brain right now.
Got it. Okay. Nothing particularly noteworthy catches anyone's attention. Afternoon kind of winds down toward early evening as the sun starts to make its way toward the western horizon. You pass a few cottages, couple of vendors who have set out tables right along the roadside, hawking food or drink or dry goods to anyone who passes by. It's kind of a lazy, winding road along the riverbank. Starts to grow later into the day. It's relatively uneventful except for the ugly business of the Pogomar farm. And as the sun is just basically starting to flirt with the horizon, Jasper Coon starts kind of veering off just a smidge. Well, it's about time to let the horses get some rest today. I know a good place up here. It's right along the riverside. We'll have plenty of fresh water. I've got 4 tents. You can share them. I like to sleep outside. And he starts cutting his way off of the road, kind of actually going. It's kind of an area where the road itself veers slightly away from the riverbank, and he hugs the riverbank, kind of off into this little dusty trail that starts to come up to. The area that you're in isn't exactly forested. I would just say more lightly wooded, but you come up to an area which is basically like a copse of trees, but then kind of thins out in the middle around one larger tree.
How thick is the brush around here? Not the brush, the trees.
Basically, this small copse of trees provides just about the perfect amount of concealment to where you would not be immediately recognizable from the road. This is obviously an area that is used frequently as a campsite, as evidenced by the fact that there basically is a fire pit already dug and ready for tinder and firewood. Enough to give you decent line of sight for a lookout, but also enough to provide you with a decent amount of cover from the road.
Emma's gonna try and climb up a tree, one of the smaller ones.
Easy enough to do. You're a kid. You can probably get a vantage point of 10 to 15 feet up into the air.
All right. And she's going to find a steady branch, and she's just going to sit there.
Okay. Sounds good. Xanthion, roll me a perception check. No, sorry, Felix, roll me a perception check. Xanthion's not here. Yeah, so you just kind of go straight on past where the cart, because you do not have line of sight on them.
Well,
So you're just
Tinky,
kinda wandering your
Tinky's
way
still
on
patrolling.
Past. Yes. So you, Emma, are checking in with Tinky ever so often. You just hear Tinky's voice pops into your head, and it's like, the smart one's not so smart. He's going on ahead alone. I hope nothing bad happens to him. That would be sad.
Tell him we're at the campsite. And don't be creepy.
I don't know what you mean, Master. You hear the sound of wings approaching you, Felix. Hovering right beside you, annoyingly close to the side of your face. You missed the campsite. We're back here.
And who said I wanted to go to the campsite?
And he
Be
just
gone.
flits away.
Oh, God, it's fucking amazing.
Felix is gonna just go off to the side of the road. Not going too far in. Just finding a tree to sit by. Take his pipe out and spark it. And start going over the journal in better detail, and then writing things down in his personal journal.
Okay. And Tinky comes flitting back up to you, Emma, and just kind of sits down next to you in the branch with his little tiny sprite legs dangling, kicking his legs and not looking at you, but looking out down at the campsite of your traveling party below. And says, the blonde one's stubborn, doesn't want to play nicely with the others.
Why are you so creepy?
He just kind of looks up at you.
Faye. That's the answer. Faye.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Fucking weirdos.
I don't know what you mean. I'm
I
what I
think
am.
you do. What was that melody you were humming when I summoned you again?
Would you like to hear a song? It's my favorite
Is it
lullaby.
an enchanted song?
No. Well, it's enchanting, but not enchanted.
Sure.
And he looks up into the falling twilight of the sky as the first stars just begin to become visible. Clears his little tiny throat. Hush, little baby, Garion is coming. Papa went to field, Mama went to work. Fortune keep the lazy, the gloaming Lord can see you. Black face stalks, the boogeyman lurks. Knock on the door, may we come inside and join you. Peel back your eyes, see through the murk. Hush, little baby, Papa is sleeping, Mama's in the field, Galrion smirks.
That was fucking cool. Just out of character. That was cool.
And he just flits his legs, kicks his legs a little bit over the side of the tree branch.
Felix from like all the way out there just like gives a little pyrotechnics display at the end of the song, just fireballs going over.
I am going to pull that song out of this stream. I am going to pull that song out of this stream.
Post it on iTunes. It'll go viral. Very popular in Europe. All right. So, evening descends on the campsite.
Foss sort of stays away from everyone unless he's asked to do something on setting up camp or something like that. He doesn't do anything.
These tents that Jasper pulls out from the back of the out of the back of the cart are kind of amazing. There is very little setup to them. They're basically like primitive pop-up tents. They're folded into a piece of fabric, but as soon as he starts unbinding them, they just kind of like pop up into a tent that would be big enough to sleep 2 people. So that's a good question. There are 4 tents for 7 party members because Xanthion is still with the party.
At this time, Felix is going to come back to the group and just offer first watch. Actually, just going to say, I'm taking first watch.
Okay. So
Emma
what
sleeps in the tree.
Emma's in the tree. Okay. So who is bunking with who?
Petra is gonna sleep outside.
Okay.
As will Morlo.
Cool.
Does Tinky need sleep?
No.
Not because Petra's sleeping outside, but Morlo just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, familiars don't need sleep.
Okay, I didn't think so. I just wanted to make sure. I have Tinky keep make sure everything's clear the entire night.
Okay.
Foss is in deep thought trying to remember things from his childhood. And
So is there an
will
empty
be
tent? If there's an
awake
empty tent, Petra's gonna occupy it and keep everyone out.
There is an empty tent.
He'll stay awake until he passes out, trying to remember some things from his childhood.
Okay. Ben, I haven't forgot about you. Do you want that in the chat, or do you want to just do it in the session? I can do
However you want to do it. I was just... Foss is really just thinking right now. Is
Yeah,
all he's
so if
doing.
it's not something that you necessarily want to do inside the session, I'll just write it up and send it to you either in the chat or outside of the session. Okay? All right, cool. All right, so we've got Xanthion in a tent by himself, Phocion in a tent by himself, Natari, you can have a tent by yourself, Petra took one by herself, Morlo is outside, Emma's up a tree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jasper Kuhn is sleeping alongside of the cart. Okay.
Oh, I don't like that. That light is scary.
Felix, go ahead and roll me a perception check for your watch.
Sitting there smoking his pipe. 11.
And a few hours pass. The sun completely sets. The soft snores of Jasper Kuhn can be heard coming from off to your right as he leans up against the wheel of the wagon. Slowly, one by one, you hear other snores begin to emanate from the tents that surround you. A tiny little snore as Emma falls asleep up in the branches. The annoying little sound of flitter of little sprite wings from here to there, tree to tree, as you hear Tinky going around overhead. A few hours pass. Round about midnight, you hear Xanthion stirring from the tent. He comes out. He's like, all right, I got it. Get some sleep, man. He pats you on the shoulder.
All right.
You
get
okay?
your rest. I'm fine.
Xanthion is blissfully unaware of Felix's and of everyone's trauma.
Mm-hmm. Very in character, actually, for
Yeah.
Xanthion.
Yeah, true.
Actually, Xanthion's just the most upset that he didn't get to fight the owlbears. You sure you're okay?
Yes. Thank you
Okay.
for your consideration.
All right.
You rest.
He pulls his bow off of his shoulder, and he unknocks an arrow, and he just kind of sits it right into the bowstring, not pulled, but just arrow ready on watch. Are you taking his tent, or where are you bedding down?
I'm just sitting where I am.
Be right
Well,
back. I gotta pee.
Well, he's actually. The longer you sit there, the more it becomes readily apparent that he's waiting for you to vacate the rock, because he's wanting to sit down on it, because in his mind this is the watch rock.
The watch rock.
Hold on just
The
one second.
watch rock. And here we see the elusive, floating, flaming head on the phone.
Speaking of all sorts of infernal business, I just imagine it's in a Boston accent. Yeah, Belgazar. Yeah, I got about 20 souls for you if you got the goods.
Are they fresh this time?
Yeah, I don't want
You
none
give
of them. I don't want none of them fucking nursing home souls. Nah, I want ripe. I want kids, or at least middle aged, for God's sakes.
None of that prepackaged shit, mechanically separated, nothing.
Yeah, no GMOs, none of that bullshit.
Natural causes it is. Coming
Yeah.
right up.
Yeah, thanks, Belgazar.
It's like Shannon's taking a call from hell.
Oh my god.
So,
Seventh circle of
Felix-
hell. How may I help you?
Seventh circle. Shit, you worked your way up, didn't you? Felix is going to notice this and just, here, take the rock.
The watch rock.
The watch rock.
Xanthion just looks over at you and he's like, Felix,
Yes.
don't be an idiot. Get some sleep. Whatever happened back there, it's not going to be made any better by being exhausted tomorrow. You're the best magic user we have. Be fresh.
Don't let Petra hear you say that.
Well, I mean, Petra's the best badass bard we have, but you're a sorcerer, you know? If I need her to sing me a lullaby, that's where I'll go.
Felix is going to plop down next to the tree.
All right. A perception check for Natari. Or not Natari, for Xanthion, sorry. Okay.
And then Felix falls asleep. It's dangerous when there's long pauses of silence from the DM.
I just had to get my playlist going here.
Get your battle map ready.
Yeah. All right.
Round 2, motherfuckers.
Everything went
Alright.
black on.
So
roll
Felix,
20.
having finished his watch, goes and
Everything went black on roll 20.
I'm aware.
Okay.
So Felix, your mind drifts into the warm caress of unconsciousness, bringing with it dreams both harrowing and benign, dreams of family and friends and flame. The dreams hold you until you're startled awake by a flash of lightning and a peal of thunder. You find yourself standing rather than lying down. You don't know where you are, but you know you are alone. The campsite is nowhere to be found. Dark, untamed wilderness surrounds you. Above you, the sky roils, flashes of lightning briefly illuminating pockets of an oppressive blanket of a storm of clouds. You glance down, and you find yourself clenching a scrap of paper in your hand.
Damn it, not again. I open the paper. Nope. Oh, sorry. I thought you put something on roll 20. My apologies.
Another flash of lightning, this one engulfing the whole sky, its ghastly light illuminating two things. Ahead of you, the mouth of a cave, and around you, encompassing the horizon in all directions, a writhing thong of the undead, closing in like a shambling noose. Do you head toward the cave or do you stand your ground?
I head towards the cave.
The cave as fast as possible.
With each step you take toward the mouth of the cave, it seems to double in size until it encompasses the entire periphery of your vision in all directions, larger than anything, larger than the world itself. Within the mouth swims a darkness so thick it is tangible, and from beyond that darkness, a muffled whisper. Roll a perception check.
All right. Don't fuck me, Gil. Not terrible.
The unmistakable sounds of the celestial tongue reach your ears. The howl of the wind and the ascendant moans of the undead make it difficult to hear, allowing you to catch only the first word. Seek.
I yell back, seek what?
A flash of lightning. The entire mouth of the cave illuminated brightly in contrast, shades of monochrome, and in front of you, a figure. Its features unable to be ascertained, the flash of light almost blinding you, but the outline is there, a person 8 feet tall, standing, its hand reached out to you, beckoning you, and behind it, wings.
You.
And with a start, you awake back in the back against the tree in the campsite, alone.
Damn it.
Still completely dark.
I feel
The
like
stars
Xanthion fell
overhead.
asleep on watch. He would be the one to do that.
So the fire's gone out.
No, the fire is still there. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just turning that off right now.
Oh, okay. Where's Xanthion? Felix looks around for Xanthion. Roll perception.
Yep.
Someone's sawing logs. Oh, it was almost a 20.
Oh. Oh.
Son of a bitch.
say that sounded like a dog panting.
It sounded like wood sawing.
Sounded like a bear.
Well, yeah, the last one was definitely a bear.
Yeah.
Roll me a nature check.
Son of a bitch.
Yo, I'm good at nature checks.
You're also asleep right now.
No, I'm
That's
just so good at nature.
Did that send over?
It doesn't matter.
No, I did not get a nature check from you.
I say it's an 18.
Okay.
Oh, that's not
Yeah, the breathing actually also sounded very much like a bear, just deeper than it usually is.
Son of a bitch. Felix wouldn't have gotten a long rest, would he?
No.
Of course. Felix is going to run back to the center of the camp and yell, "Wake up!" at the top of his lungs. Wake up! Wake up!
All right. You guys hear Felix imploring everyone to wake up. You're startled awake.
Somebody
Petra yells, "Fuck off," from her tent.
Somebody better be.
I wake up. Does Tinky tell me anything? Because he's been scouting all night.
Yep.
He's supposed to have been.
Yep. He's been scouting. He says, "Oh, good. You're awake. There's a bear down here."
Is it another owlbear? Why didn't you wake us up?
You told me to scout. You didn't tell me to wake you up.
Gotta love the Trixie of the Fae.
From now on, whenever I tell you to scout, if you find something, I want you to notify me.
What master wants, master gets.
Where's the bear?
Down by the river. At least I think. It's very difficult for me to see.
Is it in a van?
Damn it!
It's eating government cheese.
Beat me by like a.
Emma's sort of sits up in the tree branch. Bear's down by the river.
Petra goes back to sleep.
Does the bear look aggressive? Is it undead? Is it headed our way?
No. No. Yes.
Is it?
It's.
Is it
Petra
another
yells, "Be
owlbear?
sure to set everything on fire." That helps. And goes back to sleep.
Is it another owlbear?
No.
It's a brown bear grizzly.
What kind of bear is it?
Brown
I
bear is
don't know.
best.
You'll find out pretty soon, I'm guessing.
I want you to tell me now.
It's big, hungry.
Is it a normal bear or is it magical?
I don't know. I can't detect magic.
Son of a bitch.
And you guys watch as the largest bear you have ever seen comes plodding its way up toward the campsite.
Oh,
Can I tackle it before initiative?
It's not aggressive, so I mean,
Oh.
if you want,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I mean, it's not right now. It is just plodding its way up and kind of looking you guys over.
Shannon.
Yes.
I meant to ask if I could change that invocation. Since I still haven't used it. I was going to change silent image.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Real quick. Say Petra kept one of her crusts of bread that, was given to her. Can she just like open up the tent and like toss it out real quick and then close it back up real quick and try to.
Did you say
leave
Saint
it away
Petra?
from her?
No, she
What?
said, "Say Petra kept one of her crusts of
Say
bread."
Petra kept one of them.
I like
thought you
Saint
said, I thought you
Petra.
said, yeah, I thought you said Saint Petra. I was like,
No.
oh my.
I like
I'm
Saint
realistic.
Petra. Saint
No,
Petra.
that's never happening. It's okay. She's accepted her fate.
Emma starts to climb down from the tree,
Okay.
and she mutters under her breath the incantation for speak with animals.
Okay.
And she looks over to the bear, and she's like, "Hello."
Run! They'll kill you! Run!
Here we go again.
Will you let me pet you?
I can see the cover art. It does not look good.
Which translates to. I'm really hungry. You have anything to eat?
I look
you look
over.
like you're good to eat.
Don't eat me, please. I look over at the rest
Roll a
of them, and I'm
persuasion
like,
check.
Do I have okay.
Do I have? Oh, okay.
Do I have meat? Do I have rations?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, your whole body's
do
made
you
of
have
meat.
do you have an explorer's pack or any sort of a pack?
I never got a pack, remember? I just took a
So the answer would be no. If you did not buy them separately, you would not, unless you have them in your inventory, you do not have rations.
I don't see anything. I have water.
About this time, a crust of bread comes flying out of Petra's tent and whacks the bear in the side. He sniffs it a little bit.
Bears are omnivores. That works.
So
And
do
then
we have
starts going over toward where the food came from.
don't go hold on. Hey.
God damn it.
And
I walk over.
You see a gigantic bear head stick through the flap of your.
Petra, don't hurt it.
That's all I have. I just want to go back to sleep.
I go over to do we have a sack, like a communion food? Or does anybody have an apparent sack of food on them?
I pull out all of my rations and I'm just like, will this work?
Come here, bear.
Okay.
Feed him the turtle.
Foss, give me the food.
Well, here.
No, I start feeding the bear the food.
And you're like, the bear's like lips are kind of like going all around your hand as you're feeding the rations to this bear, and it's getting like
the whole time
saliva.
The whole time this is happening, I'm looking at the bear, judging by what I can on how big the bear's stomach actually is. Is this enough to really fill this bear up?
All of 10 days of rations? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now this bear's going to have quite an experience as this tries to pass through, because it's,
hardtack.
It's like hardtack and jerky, but yeah.
That's a problem for another day.
And
it isn't going to happen instantly.
With Emma's free hand, she hesitates before she starts to pet him.
Tinky about this time comes down and just lands right on the bear's, like right on the crown of its head, which at this point you actually notice bear's head is shaped very bizarrely. It does not look like a normal bear's head. Its cranium is very rounded and bulbous, and the face is a lot broader than it normally would be.
Do you have a name?
Ugh.
Ugh? Okay.
Strands of jerky like hanging out.
Are you okay, Ugg? Does he look like malnourished?
Nope. Fine. Just woke up so hungry.
Like Dean.
Emma, are you talking to the bear?
Yeah. His name is Ugg.
This little girl could talk to bears.
I keep petting Ugg and feeding him food.
Has the bear seen any? has the bear eaten any weird people that didn't fight back? Maybe that just tried to bite him. Can you find that out, Emma?
I can. Um, have you fought any? Have you eaten anything bad recently?
No, I haven't eaten much.
What all have you eaten in past couple days?
This. I've been asleep since winter started. Thirsty. I'm gonna go get something. This is really dry.
Yeah, it's jerky.
Petra
Can
yells
I
from the
follow him?
tent.
Can I follow him?
Can you lower your volume, please? I'm trying to sleep.
Well, we just talked to a bear.
Shut up. I don't care.
I follow the
Which
bear.
translates to
Emma,
"Your friend's
no!"
kinda rude.
What?
Your friend's kind of rude.
You're welcome for the
Translates?
food.
Oh yeah.
I'm going
He is
after
rude.
Emma. Good God.
Into the abyss.
The bear goes down to the river and just starts lapping up at the water.
Can I make like a tiny light source with prestidigitation or no? Or
Like
minor illusion?
about like a candle, I would say. Not like the light spell. I would say dim light in a 5-foot circle, in a 5-foot radius.
All right. I'd like
So
to
let
do
me
that. then.
do that.
Felix has gone back and started sleeping again.
Got it.
I like how Foss is the only one that's marginally concerned with Emma walking off with a bear.
Yeah, but sleep.
There we go. And you were following the bear, so you are right there.
You couldn't hear me. Hold on. I sit down next to him, and I just sort of pet him, and I check him for any injuries.
Roll a medicine check. Oh, sorry. Make it, well, are you proficient in animal handling?
No, but I was gonna ask if I could end up training that or somehow. But I have.
Bears are not particularly trainable. You know that from your time in the Feywild.
No, I mean train up animal handling, not the bear.
I got you. Okay. Okay. No, looks like a
But
perfectly.
I do have nature and survival.
Looks like a perfectly healthy bear that just came out of hibernation recently.
Okay.
That's too
Do you need anything else other than food and water?
good. Thank you. You're nicer than most humans.
Yeah. I try to be.
Okay. Tell your friends thank you for the food.
I will.
Bye. And slurps
Where are you
up
going?
the face.
Bye,
I'm
Bobby.
going-
Hope you find your dad.
I'm going back to my cave. I'm tired now.
Okay, be careful. There might be some bad tasting humans around.
The ones that smell
And-
dead.
Yeah. Have you?
Yeah, I don't eat them.
Okay.
Bye.
If you see them, just keep clear of them. They can hurt you.
And quiet
And then
descends
Emma-
once more.
Emma just starts walking back up.
Okay.
Oh, I guess she sees Foss here.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Foss. The bear's leaving. I can't hear you, Dad. I mean, I can hear you that from over there, but I can't hear you through Zoom. Still
Yeah,
can't
your
hear
audio
you.
cut out, Ben. Shannon has been engulfed by the flames. Oh, he's back. No.
Give us some sign language.
Remember me.
No,
Thanks,
it's like
Thanks, Bender.
I mean, we got the bells playing right now. You really are a Yule log now.
Jesus.
Da-na-na, na-na-na, na-na-na, na-na-na.
Okay.
I think Dad's still trying to fix his audio. Have you
Nope.
tried unplugging it and plugging it back in, Dad?
Oh my God, he's lost his head.
Oh no.
Oops, sorry. Last week it was Petra without a voice. Today, this week,
Oh no.
he got off.
I just heard him vaguely say "fuck it."
That's the international signal of fucking.
Mhm.
Right there.
Do you want to leave the? Oh, hold on a second.
Oh, Dean, Dean, are you hungry?
Hi,
Dean, you're on-
Dino.
Stop, drop, and roll, Dean.
Tell Lily I said hi.
Will do.
Dad.
Yeah, what's up?
Love
Love you too, buddy.
Dean, I'll be in hell with you later.
All right. So, everybody, Ben, do you want to try leaving the meeting and coming back in? Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Testing 1, 2. Testing.
Yep.
Hey!
Yeah, you're really quiet though.
Oh my God, son! You know I can get loud when I want to.
Better
Like you're
than
in a
nothing.
tunnel.
Better than the prior.
All
All
right.
right.
So, does everyone bed back down?
Petra's in the REM state already, so.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Felix is fucked off, right?
Yeah, Emma goes back to her tree and tells Tinky to keep surveying, and if something possibly dangerous comes close, to wake her up.
You're gonna get woken up by every rabbit and squirrel this side of the fucking river.
What master wants, master gets.
There's a night crawler in the woods. It's coming for you.
All right.
There's a spider 2 miles away.
And
Are you the DM?
yeah, I'm the DM.
So you may be in it until we can hang out.
Yeah, we're going to be wrapping up before too terribly much longer. Okay, bud? All right, so the rest of the night passes with that incident. Everyone completes a short rest. Morning comes. Everyone stirs up and about. Make sure that you mark long rest on your character sheet.
Long rest or short?
Long rest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you said short rest earlier.
Yeah,
I was like,
well, don't listen to what I say. Listen to what I mean.
yeah. So, did we ever figure out where Xantheon went?
Well, morning comes. Xantheon is not in camp. Jasper Kuhn wakes up and stretches, having actually slept through the entire encounter with the bear. Starts stretching and heads over to the campfire to start cooking a breakfast and looks around and is like, I think you fellas are a man down. There were 7 of you when I went to sleep.
Let's see. Damn it. Felix is gonna look for tracks. See if he can find anything from Xanthion.
Roll a survival check.
Oh, survival? Oh, okay.
My phone died, so I am permanently frozen.
Oh
Awesome.
no.
You win the mannequin challenge.
Damn.
You can
Never
get
blinking
headphones
again.
forever.
Okay, so Foss with a 6 and Felix with a 10. A 10 is enough to see the tracks where Xanthion came out of his tent last night to relieve you on duty and took up watch. And then he, you see the tracks where he sat down. No tracks leading away from that.
Damn it.
Hey, Daddy.
Well, any ideas?
Do you like me to get?
I think Isaac's dead. He hasn't blinked in about a minute.
Yeah,
Who's-
I've perished.
What the hell happened to Xanadu?
And then as a moment passes and you don't hear the correction that it's actually Xanthion, a tiny little like twinge of terror strikes at the chords of your heart. It's like absence becomes real when his name is not corrected.
He's
What
really
the hell happened to Xanadu?
Tinky comes flitting down from the trees and lands by the fire and starts like warming himself up right beside it.
Tinky,
Your friend went away.
where'd he go?
I don't
Which way did he
know.
go?
He went
Why did he just turn big?
because
That was terrifying.
Yeah. Surprise, Maloff wants it now.
What master wants, master gets.
Oh
It's
no!
fine. He still only has 2 hit points.
She's on.
Sorry.
Oh god.
So you say which way, and he just points to the fire.
Into the fire?
Tink, we do not have time for you to speak in riddles. You better just say it fucking plainly.
Looks up at you and said, "Not sure how much plainer I can be. Your friend went into the fire."
So where is he now?
He leans down, kind of looks this way into the burning logs, looks around and looks this way, and don't know, but I could go and look for him if you want me to.
Yes, you do.
Go look. Go look for him.
That's all you're saying is go look for him?
Yes.
And report back to us when you
Oh
find
yes,
him.
that too.
Disappears.
That too. Okay.
Emma.
I added over the mental link.
Emma,
Can you please tip over, or actually no, hold on, I can just look up back to the chain. Let's see.
As long as they're on the same
Emma, you don't
plane.
know what you're dealing with?
So you reach out and you try to make a mental connection with Tinky, and it's like 404 familiar not found.
Well, remember I have Voice of the Chainmaster.
Yep.
Fuck. He's on a different fucking plane.
I think the fire's a portal.
Natari, roll
Felix.
me a religion check with advantage.
Emma,
What?
What'd you say again?
You need to know how to talk to the Fae. That
Oh, religion check.
That-
Roll me a religion check for Natari at advantage.
That
I
means
forgot.
roll 2d20.
12. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it's the thought comes to you that like the fire is a portal, and it doesn't seem doesn't seem unthinkable. But you're not really.
Does he
aware
say that out loud?
Well, yeah, you hear Natari say, "I think the fire is a portal."
I jump in the portal.
You are on fire.
So you guys watch as Fossion comes crashing past Jasper Coon and jumps feet first into the campfire.
Felix, where are you going?
Boss, you take
Kidding.
7
Perfect.
points of fire damage.
Felix, where are you going?
Felix said,
Why-
You
why
wait.
you
I
gotta
start
jump
jumping
into the
around
fire?
like, oh my god, I'm on fire! Oh my god, help me!
What did you think would happen?
I thought it was a portal!
Fire!
He said it was a portal part, pointing
I
at
tried-
Atari.
I
I
try
meant porta
and like,
potty.
Angry. Petra's so
Okay,
angry because if she wasn't angry, she'd be able to laugh her ass off at this moment. Because you guys all fucked up royally, she can't even enjoy this beautiful moment of golden comedy. And she's even more angry and hateful towards you because of that.
I try to block Foss's way so he doesn't run into the tents or the tree and catch them on fire.
Yeah, well, he is not on fire. He took
Oh.
fire damage because he
Okay.
basically went ankle deep into the burning coals of the fire. But
Idiot.
and like the blast of heat just like hit him as he stirred up open flames that had basically died down. So basically,
I thought going off to where Felix ran off. Where is he going? I yelled at him.
so Felix is in the river apparently. So Emma, you come up and find Felix standing in the river.
And as she runs up, I'm facing back towards the camp, and I'm in the process of taking my robe off and trying to wash out the blood. I haven't taken my shirt off yet.
Oh.
That just
Thank God.
Yep, Felix is doing laundry.
could I get some privacy, please, Emma?
Emma sees what he's doing and turns around.
Okay. So then Felix is going to take off his
As she-
shirt
she-
too.
As she turns
and
around,
just keep watching
just
the shit
like-
show.
as
Mhm.
she turns around, she's just like, "When you come back, can you have your looking for magic spell ready?"
I have one.
Natari should be able to help. He's used it before.
Okay.
But if he can't, then I will do my best. And I start.
Sorry.
Bum rushes to the water and jumps in because his feet are on fucking fire.
Wait,
And
where is he?
He's downstream from you about 60 feet.
don't pee
Okay,
in the water. Don't pee in the water.
Felix Felix instinctually just tenses up and makes sure that he's facing everyone.
Not long.
Pee in the water, Felix.
I mean, there's gonna be blood in the water, considering I'm washing out the blood from my shirt.
So yeah, you do see a small like current of washed out blood go past you, boss.
I don't care. I am soaking my feet in the mud. He told me it's a fucking portal. What the
I was
fri-
gonna- I was gonna cast magic first. I didn't expect you to run into the fire.
Natari, can you look for Natari? Could
I
you
gotta
look
work
for
with a bunch of
magic,
idiots.
please?
Petra silently just watches, observes, follows wherever they go.
Okay. So Jasper finishes up cooking his breakfast and it's just like, you fellas are the most interesting group that I've ever worked this run with. Well, break camp, everyone. It's time to get moving on.
Felix tries to wring out his clothes as best he can and is just gonna put the soggy cloak back on and
Okay.
sort of leave the shirt on the cart to dry.
Okay. So, camp is broken. Everything is packed up. Still no sign of Natari to be found anywhere.
Xanthion.
Or, sorry, Xanthion to be found anywhere.
Can I detect magic yet or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
cast detect magic.
All right. Well, I guess you know it's gonna be bad because you. Let's see. Here we go. Detect.
Yep. So you cast detect magic and you sense.
Oh,
you can
that's.
you can sense the presence of the magical items that your party has on their persons. Other than that, no auras near you.
I forgot to roll.
There's nothing to roll with detect magic. It's automatic.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Yeah. So no unexpected magical auras to be found.
My bad.
Can I
Pink.
try and resummon Tinky?
So you call him back in.
Yeah, I should be
Yeah.
able to summon him.
Yeah, you do. He just
Okay.
appears right in front of you.
Where did you go?
I want to look for your friend. You told me to.
Where did you go to look for my friend?
Home?
He's not gonna be in.
Why would he be there?
He went into the fire.
And where does the fire lead?
Out of this world.
No, it
Ow.
don't. It leads to blistered feet.
Well, yeah.
Can you
now.
open it for the rest of us?
Boss?
No. No. I can't open a freight crossing.
A fake crossing.
How did Xanthion open it?
Don't tell us he had a plan.
Let me hold on one second.
Pinky remembers. Yeah, he did say something under his breath about a plan.
Okay. This is, well, I was flying around as the master wants, and your friend sat upon the rock. He reached to put another log on the fire, and right into it he fell. And I waited for him
such
to
a
come back
klutz.
out, but he never did. So I hope he's in
Okay.
the Feywild, because if he's not,
Yeah.
poof.
Oh dear. So this is not anything I could ever accomplish by the rules of a third level character. But
Prefacing it with that, yes.
Go on.
I want to focus on the campfire and I want to focus on the dark shard amulet. And
Okay.
see I don't know.
So you focus.
I want to try, and if it is a portal to the Feywild, I want to try and reopen it.
So you concentrate, staring deep into the burning heart of the fire. And you grab your dark shard amulet. It's cold to the touch, almost like an ice cube in your hand, freezing cold. And you stare into the fire and the warmth of the firelight flickering up off of the flames, juxtaposed with the cold of the amulet, the shard from the Feywild clutched in your hand next to your chest. And you just look. And for just a second, you think that you see a flit of green flame amidst the heart of orange. But then it's gone.
Is the power of the dark shard amulet expended for the day?
Nope.
No? I want to try and kindle the green flame. And
With wood.
if I can do that, if I can try,
So you're going to try it again?
yeah.
So you take a moment and refocus, and nothing. Whatever seemed to be there for a moment seems to have passed.
Okay.
Repeat the process that Xanthion did with the wood. Sometimes that opens key portals.
I dismiss the little mail off spy,
Poofs away.
and this is probably not gonna work either. Lemony!
No answer.
Damn it. Lemony!
You people are weird. Come on, we've got to go.
I- How about I just pick up a piece of wood and do the same thing Exathion did? Because maybe that's how they activated the fake crossing.
You just. Okay.
So Natari reaches down, grabs a log, throws it onto the fire. Are you going to actually go to the length of falling into the fire the way that Tinky described Xanthion doing?
That sounds like fire damage. But yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yes!
Authenticity.
So you guys just watch as Natari reaches down and face plants into the still smoldering campfire. You take 9 points of fire damage.
Don't do that.
Too late. You committed.
Oh my god.
Jasper, I'm terribly sorry.
For what?
The holdup.
That's all right. I mean, your friends run off, I understand. But unfortunately, we're on a tight schedule. We have to make Bright Hollow on time.
Of course. We
how
have no
far-
excuses for the stupid ones. Let's go.
How far are we away from Sheridan?
Oh, we should make it there by sundown if we get a good day of traveling.
If we stop talking, we can go and we'll make it. So let's go.
Well, if you let me finish, then yes, let's go.
Okay.
All right. So you guys pack up. The tents are put away. Everybody takes up their positions. Jasper Coon snaps the reins. The wagon starts to pull. You rejoin Thistledown Road, moving your way northwest into the heart of the Amber Vale, toward Sheridan, toward Bright Hollow, hopefully toward wherever Xanthion has gotten himself off to, and toward whatever answers might hopefully lie down this road.
Shannon just wanted to get rid of Xanthion so he didn't have to keep playing him.
And that is where we will pick up next session.
Darn.